A sort of reckoning in the electric vehicle industry. Some automakers are pumping the brakes on electric cars. From power station scarcity to exploding or dead batteries from extreme weather, some Americans just aren't buying into this business. And as a result, Tesla, Ford, GM all slashing prices on their EV models. Ford slowing production of its electric F-150 Lightning. Hertz dumping a third of its electric rental fleet. And the latest to pull the plug, Volvo backing out of its investment in Polestar. Let's bring in Lauren Fix, an auto expert and the founder of global automotive news outlet, The Car Coach. Lauren, so great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So we hear all these things. Is this the beginning of the end for electric vehicles?
Well, I think electric vehicles will be in the mix. There are people that want them, and if you do, there's a lot of product that says it is really good. Doesn't fit for everybody's lifestyle. So if you want a truck, there's trucks. If you want a car, you can buy a Mach-E. But, if you're thinking, you know what, it doesn't work for my lifestyle, you can buy like a brand new Ford Explorer. I'm standing in front of the 2025 Ford Explorer, and they don't offer it in hybrid. They're offering it in EcoBoost. So you're getting gas as well as good fuel efficiency. And I think you're starting to see the shift to manufacturers offering hybrid, fuel-efficient cars that meet people's needs. But if you want an electric car, you can still buy one.
Okay, so how big of a loss is this for the auto industry? I mean, is it a loss? Because obviously we know, especially a few years ago, this is an industry that bet pretty heavily on EVs.
Well, that's because the government forced all the car brands to make a decision. You can have billions of dollars in fines or millions of dollars in losses. So the car manufacturers have stepped up to the plate and built cars that meet the need. The infrastructure is not there. So it's not necessarily the cars. I think at the infrastructure, just recently I was in Northern California. There were 4 charging stations. 3 of them didn't work, and there was a Tesla park there. Just left it. So that means that if you needed to charge, you couldn't unless you had at-home charging. And so that's part of the problem. I don't think it's the car manufacturers that dropped the ball at all. They built some really great design product and things that met the needs of consumers. But if you don't have a charging station, then customers don't want it. So that means the sales have dropped off. And so you're seeing that offset where cars are still going to be available. You're still going to be able to buy an electric car if you want one, but there's hybrids, there's plug-in hybrids, there's gas, and you can still buy a diesel truck if you need one.
Right.
So I think having that mix is what consumers really want.
So is it about that mix? Because, when we think about fuel, we think about gas combustion engines. Obviously, EVs were supposed to be the answer to becoming less dependent on gas, which we know is a limited resource. So eventually, what's going to happen?
Well, you'd be surprised that, all the gas that can be produced around the world. And if we drill like we were drilling from the previous administration, you would have plenty of gas and gas prices would be cheaper. In this case,